Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, clean eating, working out, maybe even tracking your cycle, but your periods are still painful, your energy is still low, you feel like your body just won't budge, no matter how much work you're putting in? I want you to hear this. It's not because you're not trying hard enough. It's because real healing is about deeper than surface level issues. It's about addressing at the root causes. In this episode, we're talking about how exercise and diet alone are not enough and how to finally move from frustration to freedom. All right. But before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. And this meets you exactly where you are in your healing journey. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast distribution platform, make sure you follow the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast and give the show a rating. Now that you subscribed, vibe with me, y'all. Welcome to the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. It's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Jovonnie. And if you are feeling stuck despite all the right things, you are not alone. I talk to women every single day who are meal prepping, exercising, drinking their water, and they still are feeling and experiencing heavy periods, random bloating, emotional roller coasters, and like their body is fighting against them and not working with them. I want to remind you that this isn't because you're not really doing your best. It's because diet and exercise are only part of the puzzle. So I want you to know the truth. Eating better can help. Moving your body can help. But when you're dealing with deep inflammation, hormone chaos, or chronic conditions like endometriosis, adenomyosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, or fibroids, it is not enough. Why? Because root causes live deeper than your meals and your movement. If you're still vibing with me on this episode, drop that in the comments. Root causes live deeper. Root causes live deeper. Y'all, they're in your stress response. They're in your sleep. They're in your beliefs about your body's worth and what you hold on to. They're in how you slow down or don't slow down. When you only focus on diet and exercise, you're really only treating the symptoms or those signals that your body is sending you. You're not treating the source. And I know it sounds tempting, and it's like, oh yeah, I can fix this if I just try harder, if I work out a little bit more, if I eat less fried foods. But here's what's really happening. And I see it over and over again. You cut out foods and feel better for a week, then the bloat and the pain come back. You exercise harder, but then you end up more tired, more inflamed. You push through, but you're exhausted, resentful, and still feeling not at home in your own body, your place to truly heal. And then eventually you start to believe that you're the problem, when really the problem is you're trying to heal a whole system by only focusing on one piece of it. Y'all, healing requires a lifestyle shift, not a diet shift. It requires addressing stress, not just cutting your calories. And it requires support, not just information overload. So if you do not address the root cause and you continue to ignore it, then your root causes go unaddressed. The symptoms don't just stay, they start to grow and get bigger. And if they're left unchecked, chronic inflammation and hormone imbalance can lead to fibroid growth, insulin resistance and prediabetes, gut dysfunction and food sensitivities, mood disorders like depression and anxiety, infertility and early menopause, even surgical interventions like a hysterectomy. And this is not just to scare you, it's to show you what's at real stake when you're only trying to do quick fixes instead of real, deep, intentional healing. And so you might be saying, well, Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach Jovonnie, what does that even look like? What does sustainable healing look like? It looks like regulating your nervous system so your hormones can do their job. It looks like mindful eating, not restrictive eating, actually giving your body the nutrients and rest it truly needs to heal. It looks like moving to support your cycle, not punishing your body. It looks like seeing your symptoms as signals and not punishments. Yeah, it's about doing more, but it's about doing what matters most for your body. And that's where real transformation happens. And what your body needs isn't the same thing that the woman next to you may need. And so I really want you to be intentional about figuring out what are your true root causes. And yes, you might say, well, endometriosis, adenomyosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibroids, there's no cure. There may not be a cure for the conditions, but when you address the root cause, there's no cause for the conditions. There's a lot less issues that you have to face and experience when you are addressing the root cause. And so if this is kind of hitting home for you, I want to invite you to take my root cause quiz. This isn't an automated quiz with generic answers. When you submit your results, I personally review them and share customized next steps based on your unique symptoms and your lifestyle. And so I want you to understand this is not a one size fits all approach. It's personal. It's your life. It's your healing. And I want you to be able to turn your pain into your power. I want you to go from surviving to thriving because you deserve nothing less than that. And yes, it might be overwhelming to have these chronic conditions. Yes, these chronic condition symptoms can be overtaking your life, but you can take that back. You have the power to take those things back, and it all goes down to your lifestyle and addressing it at the root cause. So take the quiz today and let's uncover what's really been keeping you stuck and how to move forward in a way that actually works for you. Not for me, but for you. All right. The link is in the show notes. But y'all, I want you to remember something. You're not just here to survive your cycle. You're not meant to spend your whole life treating the same symptoms over and over, living a life just in debilitating pain. You deserve a lifestyle that nourishes you, not just a diet that controls you. And you should enjoy what you're eating. You should enjoy taking care of you and loving you every single day. And you deserve guidance and not just guesswork. You also deserve to see healing as possible because it truly is. You are not failing. You've just been missing the root. So take the quiz, find your root cause, and let's start turning your pain into power. You might be saying, yeah, this sounds good, but does it really work? It does. Why? Because I am someone who has experienced stage 4 endometriosis, adenomyosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and 2 fibroids at the time of my surgery. But I've also worked with other clients that have polycystic ovarian syndrome, adenomyosis, and it was really getting at their root cause that they started to make changes based on that insight, that awareness that really started to shift their life. And it really allowed them to see freedom. It allowed them to see themselves bigger than any condition that they were once diagnosed. And so I want that same experience for you too. All right. So it's your Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach Jovonnie, host of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. And I want you to start thriving and not just surviving, but you need to know what's at your root cause. Thanks for vibing with me, y'all.